Good morning, folks, and welcome back to the channel. I always say morning, assuming that you're going to watch in the morning, but I always start my vlogs in the morning, so I guess that's why. It's good morning, folks, and welcome back to the channel. And today I'm ripping out my kitchen and starting the process of vinyl wrapping. See how long it takes to strip out. I'm actually looking forward to the vinyl wrapping bit. Alright, so hopefully this will help with the fridge and freezer retaining their temperatures. Obviously I'm going to put vents in the side and recut the holes for the cable management system. I'm just going to stick this in for now, and then yeah, see how it goes. But hopefully it'll certainly stop the heat from the outside radiating on the inside, but hopefully conversely it won't make the internal temperatures that are trying to be blown out the side heat this up. So yeah, I just need to mark off somewhere around about there and about there some ventilation areas, so little vents on the outside. So that's one side done. That's the inside of the van that I'm going to see, and that's the inside where the fridge and freezer are going to sit. So I just need to replicate those two vent holes now, or 4 vent holes on the other side. And what this is doing is allowing these two to breathe. So they've got a fan which is pulling air in on that side, and then on that side the little grill there just basically allows the air to get out the other side. So that's all I've done, is make sure those two big vent holes allow that operation to happen. So I've made myself a template. I've got my hole cutter and the metal grills, if you want to call them. I think these are cool. I've used these for years now. In fact, this is probably the same pack I bought years and years ago when I put some vent holes in the old motorhome. So absolutely brilliant. Comes with the hole saw kit as well. So yeah, just make the holes, pop these in, and instant vent holes, and they look pretty cool as well. And they also do smaller ones as well, so if you want smaller holes, they do these smaller little vents as well, and they all come in the same pack. But I think the bigger ones are far better for what I need anyway. So that's my drilling template. So I know where to drill the holes for the centre punch of each hole, because the drill's got a little bit of centre bit, so I know where that's going to go. And yes, that is my colour that I've put on this cabinet. The van's going to have different colours, but there's a theme to the colours. And I know some of you said in the comments about using vinyl wrap and it'll come off and that kind of stuff. I've used vinyl wrap on furniture for maybe 5 years or so now. In fact, most of my original Gadget John film set, recording set or whatever, in the house was vinyl wrapped, and that was just stuck on furniture that made up. So the key to it is, don't use the like the ultimately stretchy stuff that you see people put their hands through it and then heat it back up and it all comes back to life. You can't use that. It's just not enough. The quality is just not enough. So what I use is foil backed, and it's the same stuff that I use down the side of the van as well. But basically you can't stretch it. That's the only downside. As soon as you stretch it, you lose the colour. However, what it is really good at being is very, very, very durable, and basically holding whatever sort of shape that you set to it as well. So I know for a fact that that now won't peel off, but ultimately that's why I love this stuff. It is more expensive, but everything in life is more expensive when it's decent stuff, isn't it? So there we go. Right, so I'm going to crack on and get the other side done, and then I've got to rip out the rest of the kitchen so I can put all this back in. So just doing a little experiment. Put the Delta 2, it's been 100%. Mandy's just operating the air fryer, and we're having cheese and ham toasties from Cathedral City.
We found Iceland food warehouse yesterday, didn't we?
Oh yes.
Oh dear.
That was like Costco for us, wasn't it? It's like,
Yeah.
woo,
So
20
we
of
had
everything.
cheese and ham, cheese and Branston, cheese and onion, all the cheeses, everything, and TGI Fridays.
Yep. Did like some of them, so we got some of them as well. But what we thought we'd do for now, just a bit of a geeky thing. Obviously, this is my air fryer. I'll show you more about that later. How long do these say they're going to take?
It actually has air fryer instructions on them, which is amazing. Cool. And it says, set temperature to 120 degrees, remove from all packaging and place into air fryer basket for 20 to 24 minutes.
Cool. Nice to see how well it does. Oh, and they both fit in there as well.
Yay!
Winning. There we go. So it does pulse. So now the output is only 36 watts. So it's obviously getting to temperature and then doing its thing. And then there you go, it's back up to 1400 watts. And then 36. So it's pretty cool. Should mean that that lasts a lot longer than it otherwise would if it was on permanently for 20 minutes. So that model is, which one? You found the instructions?
It's a 3.8 litre light smart air fryer. And it's smart because it's John's, of course, so it comes with an app.
It actually even connects to Alexa, so when it's finished, it pings and Alexa says, your food in the air fryer is ready. Right, so overall, it's used 20%, so it's roughly about 17 amp hours at 12-ish volts. So if you had a 100 amp hour battery, then you have used quite a lot in making cheese toasters.
Yeah, it is just cheese toasters, isn't it? So what would be interesting, now we can't do one now because we've used them all up, but what would be interesting is to see if how much power it used in a sandwich toaster.
Yeah. More excuses to make them.
We'll go buy some more.
Anyway, you know what they say.
What?
It's all about the eating.
It is.
So. Oh, yeah. Well, I would say they were very blinking tasty.
Oh, yeah. I mean, Cathedral City is like the best cheese anyway.
Yeah. But definitely like a croque monsieur because it had like that other cheese, the white cheese.
Like a cheese sauce or a white sauce on top.
When we do a baked potato one, we'll do that as well, just as a bit of a, I suppose a bit more of a longer test on power consumption, that kind of stuff as well. But there'll be no salad in that either, as far as I'm concerned. Well, Mandy will probably put salad on.
I like salad and jack potatoes. Cheese and beans, when the bean juice and cheese gets all over your salad, it's lovely.
No, your bean and your cheese should be in your potato on their own. That's the end of.
Says the man who never used to eat the beans that fell off his toast when he was a kid.
Yeah, my brother told me that they were skinheads, and if they fell off the raft, hence the toast, they were dead, so you wouldn't eat dead skinheads. Thanks, Steve. So there you go, that's the finished unit, all insulated. Got the holes in the back there for the wires and the cable retraction system. I've covered as much as I can inside, obviously without wasting the vinyl. So all it needs now is the drawers putting in, and the fridge and freezer putting back in. This was my solution to the condensation problem as well for the fridge and freezer. So as well as insulating and everything inside there, I've actually put this, they call it seal spray. You've probably seen it on TikTok and Instagram and that kind of stuff, where you just spray it on and it instantly seals things as well. So I've put that on both the top and underside. Why have I done the underside? Well, just in case it gets condensation coming through the underside or whatever, that's treated as well. So essentially no moisture can get into the wood, because that was my main concern, is I didn't want the wood to start soaking in the moisture and developing, you know, sort of mold and everything underneath, which is what happened last time. So this is the stuff I've used. So it gives you a flexible, paintable and waterproof surface. I've got to remove those two things and cover them and then put them back in. So this bit of wood is going to be my biggest vinyl wrap challenge to date. Mainly to wrap this section here that goes down the middle, which is the separator, which allows the cables to run in the hollow in there, up through there, up to there. So yeah, the cables run up to there, which is the top cupboards. I'm going to come through this hole here to get access to them, to then run them along the conduit. This bit here is the line of the bed rail, and that's where my electrical conduit's going to run. So I've got to run a bit of vinyl that goes all the way along there, around that curve, around that curve, that's curved as well, up that curve, around that curve, and up there. And then obviously once I've worked out how to do that and put it on the sides, I'm then going to wrap both sides and then blend that edge in somehow, because obviously I can't do it in one piece, and the vinyl I use, as I've said to you already, doesn't stretch. It's not heat shrinky kind of stretchy vinyl, because I bought extra stuff that was more durable. So wish me luck. Right, so that's that one piece done there. It's actually green on this side and grey on the other side. I'll show you that later. It's not fixed to this cabinet yet, although that cabinet is now fixed in place, because what I want to do now is work out where I'm going to put my sockets. Am I going to put them there, or am I going to put them there, or am I going to put them here? Bear in mind, hopefully I'm having another piece that comes from there to probably about there, so just cut off the, like, maybe about a centimetre or two of the back, and that should give me enough depth to pop the wiring through for the sockets. Yeah, I'm quite pleased with that. Right then, so that's the drawers put back in. Obviously I need to put the fridge and freezer back in, but I need to finish all the wiring up and everything under there. But that's everything finished on this side. Let's give you a quick look what it looks like on the inside. So obviously a little bit darker in here than outside, but yeah, I obviously need to finish off all that, put some drawers, shelving and everything else to put in there, and I'm also dropping down to only a fresh water tank. I'm just going to have a drop out in the floor for my grey. What I've worked out is for 3.5 fills of my fresh tank, I'm getting about half a tank of waste. So that means that most of my water is being consumed, and therefore very little is actually going down the drain. And of what did go into the grey waste tank, there was no food bits or anything like that. Those were all strained out with the sink strainer and everything. So yes, controversially, no doubt, but yeah, I'm going with a pipe going outside of the floor, and then if I'm anywhere where I need to collect the water, where it's inappropriate to let it drain out, then I'll just put a collapsible bucket underneath. But for now, I think that is the best way for me. It gives me more space in the kitchen there, less things to mess up and all that kind of stuff. If you are interested in the air fryer or the EcoFlow Delta or any of the vinyl wraps and everything that I've used, product links will be in the video description down below. Right, take care folks, see you later, bye.